Hey guys, Melon Man here, and I just want to do a little chalk talk with you. I'm talking about the universal laws. I'm talking about stepping into your very best self, and really and truly, stepping into your very best self means getting into alignment with the life force energy within you. I'm talking about expressing your light. I'm talking about loving yourself, truly loving yourself. What does that mean? Everybody says before you can love someone else, you got to learn how to love yourself. But who teaches us how to love themselves? The Melon Man does. Now, what I want to tell you is that truly loving yourself is possible. And there actually is a system and a method to do that. Okay? And in order to do it, I'm sure there's infinite ways to learn how to do it. But I'll tell you, the way that I learned how to do it was by getting into alignment with the universal laws. So I know that this way can work. And if you'd like to learn how I learned how to love myself, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to do it by teaching you the system and method that I used, and it was getting into alignment with the universal laws. Now, one of the laws of the universe, and the reason why I like universal laws is because they work no matter where you are in the universe. No matter where you are in the universe, these laws work all the time. Just like the law of gravity. It doesn't matter where I am. If I step out of the plane, I'm going down. It doesn't matter if I'm Black or Catholic or Sikh. It doesn't make a difference. If I step out of the plane, I'm going down. If I'm male, if I'm female, if I'm paraplegic, if I step out of the plane, I'm going down no matter where I am on this planet. Okay? That's a universal law, gravity. And all of the universal laws are exactly the same in that they are consistent always. Okay? If you get into alignment with these things, then what we're talking about is always going to work. Okay, so if something's not working for you, it's not that the law doesn't work, it's that you're not working it properly. And you need to make a little bit of adjustment. Simple fix. We can always fix it. Now, one of the things that I think is important to understand is that everything on this planet is frequency and vibration. I mean, everything is. You are frequency and vibration. I am frequency and vibration. Everything is frequency and vibration. Okay? Water is a perfect example. Okay? Water, when it's 0 degrees, it's hard like concrete. And when water is at 50 degrees, it's cold. It's a cold swimming pool, or it's a cold lake. It's a brisk lake, right? And if we take water temperature to 100, it turns into steam, right? It completely changes its consistency, right? But it's still water. It's water at 0 degrees, water at 50 degrees, and water at 100 degrees. And notice that at different frequencies, at different vibrations, the water acts and behaves differently. But it's still water. Just water at different frequencies and vibrations. Now, it's the same thing with emotions. A lot of the times I hear people say, I hate that. I hate that. I don't like this. I don't like that. Right? I love that. I really like that. Well, that's cute. Right? It's a continuum. It's the same, just like water. Love and hate are not two separate entities. Love and hate are a continuum. Okay? Love is at one end and hate is at the other. And it's the same thing at different frequencies. At this end, at the hate end, it's more dense, low frequency vibration. At the love end, it's high frequency, high vibration. Okay? And then from love to hate, we've got love, and then we've got like, and then, maybe we've got indifference, and then, dislike, and then we're going to get down to hate, right? At the far end. So it's a continuum, but it's the same thing. Have you ever noticed, you can have your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your child or your mother, your father, your brother, and you can just love them to bits. And then they can do something just like, I want to wring these kids' necks, right? You feel like you hate them, or you hate your life, or you hate your circumstances because something happens, right? Something happens to change the frequency of your relationship, of your interaction. And it's all frequency, and it's all relationship. I'm in a relationship right now with you. I'm in a relationship right now with the camera. I'm in a relationship right now with my room, with the air in this room. I'm in a relationship with my wife. She may not be here right now, but I'm in a relationship. I have a relationship with money. I have a relationship with my health, with myself. I have a relationship with food, with coffee, with alcohol, right? With my future. Everything is relationship, and everything is frequency and vibration as well too, right? You are frequency, you are vibration. Everything on this planet is. If we break ourselves down into our individual bits, we're 50 trillion cells. Break it down smaller, go smaller. What's below that? Below the cellular level, we've got the molecular level, the atomic level. At the atomic level, we got protons and neutrons in the nucleus, and we got electrons spinning around the outside, right? There's your protons, and here's your little electrons spinning around the outside of the atom, right? At the atomic particle level, were electrons and protons spinning, vibrating, rotating, moving. Everything is in constant movement. Everything is a frequency and a vibration. You are a frequency and a vibration. If I connect you right now to a some sort of electromagnetic tester, some sort of meter that could test your electromagnetic voltage, we measure that in angstroms. Okay, you have a certain current. Your cells are each creating a millivolt, and collectively 50 trillion cells creating a little millivolt of energy or electromagnetic energy. Collectively, you create a certain frequency, vibration, or electrical magnetic impulse, or a current, an energetic current. If I connect you to a ohms meter, if I connect you to an electromagnetic tester, you'll be putting out a certain frequency of vibration, a certain current, a voltage, right? Now, when you die, if I put the ohms meter on you, there'll be no current. Do you get that? If I measure you now, you'll have a certain current. If you get a disease, your current will go down. And if you die, your current will go off. None. So death, disease, mediocre health, great health, joy, happiness, bliss, your very best self, highest frequency and vibration. So you are a frequency and a vibration, and you're in relationship with your world. And the way that you interact with your world is the way that you are creating your world. If you're interacting with your world with an upset, angry, frustrated, sad energy, a low frequency energy, then you're going to be putting out a low frequency vibration energy into your life. What do you think is going to come back to you if that's what you're putting out? That's the law of karma, the law of reciprocity. What you give is what you get, right? That's another law. Today I really wanted to talk about frequency and vibration. Frequency and vibration. Imagine yourself as being kind of on a continuum. That on one end, we got you, the body. I mean, we've got arms and legs, right? And then on the other end, we've got your spirit over here, okay? So, you know, spirit's such a like misunderstood sort of thing. It's so intangible. A lot of people call it woo-woo. Like if you're talking about your spirit, like you're not really all there. Why? Why is that? How can you deny that you're a spirit? You're not just a material thing. Okay? I just told you, when you die, if I collect you to a meter and I check your current right now, and then I check your current after you're dead, the current's gone. So what left? Something left. A current left your body. You left. You are a current, a frequency, a vibration, if you will. But you're not only a current, a frequency, a vibration, a spirit. You are a spirit. But we can't deny that here in the third dimension that we're physical beings. We can't deny it. I am a man. I have arms and legs. I got physical. That's my body. So it's like I am a continuum, that I've got my body, I've got my emotion, I've got my mind, I've got my spirit. And this end would be the most dense end of me, the physical me, the lowest frequency vibration me, the dense, most physical me. And this would be my highest frequency, highest vibration, my spirit, or the ether, the highest frequency vibration of me. This would be the lowest. And we work through this way: body, emotion, mind, spirit. And let's see if you can imagine every single cell is physical, is emotional, is mental, and is spiritual. Imagine you as kind of being four parts, but collective. Like, where is your spirit? I don't know. It's in between thoughts. That's where it is. It's in between thoughts. Where is it? You can't really find it, but it's there because it has a current. We can measure it. We can measure it. And when it's gone, we can't measure it anymore. So it's somewhere, though. Right? Now, your lowest frequency would be the physical body, and the highest frequency would be the spirit. Now, what we want to do is we want to move into our very best, right? Now, you might have heard this before. Seek and you will find. You may have heard that. You may have heard this. What you focus on grows. You know, these are kind of laws of the universe. I'm going to try to put them all out there for you and teach you about them. They're facts, they're truths. They're universal truths that if you get in alignment with them, they'll support you. And if you try to work against them, they'll destroy you, right? Now, if I want to get to my best, what I focus on grows. So I got to start focusing on what my very best is, right? So let's think about what is really very best for me. What's my very best, right? I got to get an image inside of my mind of what my very best is, right? What would my very best be to me? Well, who am I? What am I, right? Well, I mean, I'm a personal trainer. I'm a coach, right? I'm a personal trainer. I'm a coach. But that's not all I am. I'm a dad. I'm a father, right? I got 3 kids. I'm a husband. You know, I've been married for 16 years, right? I'm a husband. I'm a man. I'm an individual. I'm an individual, right? And I'm also like kind of a vision of who I want to be. I'm like I'm my future, my aspirations, my potential, what I could come. This is like, you know, kind of like what do I want to create? I'm also kind of a bit of a like an unknown, you know, an unknown. So I've got to form kind of a vision from this, you know, a vision of who I want to be as a personal trainer, who I want to be as a husband, you know, my finances, who I want to be financially, who I want to be as a personal trainer, as a career, as a coach, you know, what would be the very best me as a coach? What would be the very best me as a husband? What would make me most glad about myself, most proud of myself as a husband? You know, being able to listen to my wife, being more patient with my wife, you know, being more loving with my wife, being more intimate with my wife, being more emotionally cuddling, expressive with my wife, making time to spend with her, scheduling time with her. You know, how could I be a better dad? You know, if I could generate a certain amount of income, I could do more things with my kids. So my finances plays a role in who I am as a dad. Providing for my children, so financially, right? And you know, just being there emotionally for my children, listening to them, taking time to go and spend at their soccer game, taking them to their soccer practice, spending the time watching them, right? Working out with my son, working out with my daughters in my studio here, right? Spending time, gonna go play tennis, have some fun, right? Me, who do I want to be in this planet, on this planet? I want to give back to this planet. I've been given some great, great gifts. I recognize that. I'm so grateful for so many things that I've been given. So grateful for that. And I want to make sure that I give back because of that. Because of the things that I've been given, I want to make sure that I return that to the planet. I was given this gift, so I've got to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher in my future. I see myself teaching people. Yeah, I'm a coach, but I want to go even beyond just coaching. I want to be able to teach everyone, because maybe some people can't see or meet up with me, but they could watch me on a YouTube video like this. They could learn something about how to love themselves because I learned how to love myself. So I want to show other people how to love themselves and see the value of doing that. What does that mean? Well, you got to get a vision of yourself first. You got to have a goal. What's the best self really mean? Right? What does my very best self really mean? Right? A lot of the time, we get into some sort of trauma, some sort of challenge in our life. Something happens, a divorce, a loss of a job, financial, a bankruptcy or a divorce could both create a loss of a job could all create a financial issue, a relationship breakdown with a wife or a husband or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a mother or a father or a sibling or a business partner, right? Something could break down with our health. We could get a disease, right? Get a disease. We could get sick. Right? Now, all of these things are things that can happen to us. And then after something like this happens, we can formulate an opinion about ourselves because of what's happened. So we get into a trauma, and then we have like kind of low energy feelings associated with it. I've got anger at an ex-partner. I've got sadness at a loss of a family member or a loss of a loved one, a loss of love. I could have frustration in my relationship or with my financial situation or with my broken down car, or I could have got a phone call that might have got me upset. So we've got these low energy feelings and vibrations that could be coming into our life from something that happened in the past, or something that's, calling me on the phone right now, Mr. DePass, I need you to pay your HST bill from the government of Canada. Got that call, right? You're going to react to that, right? You may react negatively to that. You may say, oh my gosh, this happened. And then you get into a low energetic space. Everyone bumps into traumas and circumstances and situations and stuff that happens to all of us, no matter what level, no matter how much money we make, no matter what we do, no matter who we are, what we become. This sort of stuff kind of happens in life, right? It's just a part of life. Sometimes things are going to happen that are going to maybe trigger some old response, some old low energy, low frequency response. Now, when you carry that low energy, low frequency response, this happened to me, I went through a divorce, you could hold like an upset or an anger or a frustration, a blame inside of you, a low frequency energy inside of you. You hold that, you start carrying that through your life, and you start responding to your life with this kind of low energy, low frequency, low vibration thing going on in your life. Now, if you're meeting up with your moments with this low frequency, low energy, low vibration stuff, then the next moment you're creating the future by how you interact with your current moment. Okay? Now, if I want to start working smarter, not harder, what I want to start doing is not really working harder with my body and doing something more work. But what I want to do is I want to start calling into action the most highest frequencies that I have. Because the highest frequency that I have, my highest joy, my happiness, my love, those frequencies are the energetic frequencies and power that are going to create for me the life of my dreams. If I meet more of my life with my highest frequency, then I'm going to attract to me the things that I ultimately want, or the things that I'm ultimately capable of having. My highest frequency will create the most optimal outcome for me. Okay? Now, everyone here on this dimension, I think this is an important understanding, that everyone here in this dimension has a mother and a father? Can you think of anyone that you've ever met that doesn't have a mother and a father? Now think about that for a second. Maybe they don't have a parent that's living with them. Maybe they don't have a parent that's alive right now. Maybe they don't have a parent that's taking care of them. But no matter what, the only way you can get onto the planet Earth, the only way you can get into the third dimension, the only way you can get here is by a man and a woman coming together and making love. If they made love, then what does that make you? Do you understand that? If they were making love when they got together and you came out, then what did they make? What are you? That's right. You are love. And love is a frequency and a vibration. It's a frequency and a vibration, and it's your highest frequency and vibration. It's your spirit energy. It's the energy of this dimension. It's the highest energy of this dimension. It's a love, and a dimension of love. If we can recognize and realize what we truly are, if we can find that within ourselves, and we can lift it up and express it out, then we're shining our light, then we're being ourselves, then we're being with ourselves, we're being what we really are. We are love. If we spend time with what we truly are, then we are being with our being. We are being with ourselves. We are being with our essence. Our essence is love. Spending time being with your essence is spending time loving yourself, right? That's spending time with your spirit or your highest frequency energy or your love energy, right? Now imagine that you got your body, your most dense, you got your emotion, you got your mind. So in your mind, you've got all your thoughts. Everything that you've ever seen, smelt, tasted, heard, or felt is inside of your brain. Everything, say that again, that you've ever seen, heard, smelt, tasted, or felt is inside of your brain. That's the only way to get into your brain, is through those five senses. So whatever is inside of your brain, you've seen it, heard it, smelt it, felt it, or tasted it at some point in your life. It's the only way it can get in there. A teacher told you, your parents told you, your friend told you, you read it, you saw it, you heard it, you tasted it. Every bit of information inside your brain came in through the sense door, through a sense door, right? So if it's inside your mind, it's something you learned in your life. Now, a lot of the time, the things that you learned, you may have learned when you were 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old, 21 years old. I'm 47 years old right now. I could have thoughts in my head that I learned when I was 7, 8, 9. And I could have interpreted something in my head at 7, 8, or 9. And I could still be using the perception of a child that's 7 or 8 or 9, a thought that's in there that's that old, that I have not altered or changed because I just accepted it as a truth that I learned when I was 7 or 8 or 9. So many people are stuck with thoughts like this in their head. Things that happened to them. They lost love, they got hurt when they were 13 or 14 or 15 or 8 or 7, or their parents divorced, or they got something happened to them, and from then they were laughed at. When I was 13, I got into a fight. I said I was going to start working out. That's what got me started working out. That's not what's kept me working out. But that's what got it started 35 years ago, right? Things happen. And those things can change our mind and send us in directions a way of interacting with our life from a decision that we make when we're 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. When we put something inside of our brain, we interpreted something that we saw or heard or smelt or tasted or felt. And it comes a thought. And so it's a way of life, a way of us living. It's the way we interact with our life. That's what we've learned. Well, if you're trying to understand what your highest frequency, highest vibration is, it would be the love energy. The energy of love. Right? Well, that highest frequency, highest vibration would be like the ether, would be like the spirit. Well, it's not the body, it's not the emotion, it's not the mind. So the mind is everything that I've ever seen, heard, felt, smelt, dealt in my life. So if I'm thinking about something, I'm still in my mind. If I'm thinking about something, if I'm thinking words and thoughts in my head, if I got words in my head, then I'm still in my mind. Now, the highest frequency, highest vibration is beyond mind. Beyond mind. Okay? So I gotta get out of thought. I've got to shut off the thought to step into the spirit most completely. I have to shut off the thought. I got to shut off the mind to get into the spirit. So this is the quiet practice. The quiet practice. A meditation. It could even be like a walk or a yoga practice. Somewhere where I'm not focusing on the thoughts. I'm trying to let go of the thoughts. Just don't pay attention. Don't go with the thought. Stay just in the space, in the silence, in the stillness. Be with your essence. Be with what you truly are. Be with the space. The space is you. It's you. It's your spirit space. It's your highest frequency. You need to spend more time with that. That's working smarter, not harder. Because the more time that you spend with your highest frequency, highest vibration entity, your spirit, the more your energy and frequency is going to go up. The more time you spend in an empty mind, the more time you're spending with your spirit, the more time you're spending with your highest frequency, your highest vibration. So this is it. This is how you create your life. You get what you give. The frequency that you give out is what's coming back at you. If you're giving out anger and frustration, then you're creating low frequency, low vibration emotions. Then you're getting low frequency, high vibration emotions coming back. Karma, you get what you give. It's a law of the universe. It's a law of frequency. The frequency that I put out is the frequency that I attract back into my life. If I put out white light, I get white light back. That's how it goes. It's a give and take world. Okay? Right? Now, if I meet the next circumstance in my life with joy and love and happiness and health and a peaceful mind and a high energy, high frequency or vibration thought, then my next moment, I'm creating the highest frequency that I can. By meeting the next moment with high frequency energy, I create the following moment with high frequency energy. And if I meet that one with high frequency energy, then I create the following one. So every moment, if I step into with the right energy, then I create my life that way. Now, if I step into the moment with sadness and sorrow that came from before, then I'm carrying that sadness and sorrow forward, and I'm bringing that low frequency energy forward, and I'm creating more low frequency emotions and problems and circumstances in my life. I am completely in control. My first law of the universe is responsibility. Each one of us has to take responsibility for what's showing up in our life. You know, when you sit there and you say, I don't know what's wrong, it doesn't work for me, it's just the way I am. You're the one that's saying those things. How do those thoughts really make you feel? Do those thoughts make you feel happy, or do those thoughts make you feel kind of like, I got no hope? No, it's just the way I am. It doesn't work for me. I don't know what's wrong. What is, I don't know what's wrong? If you don't know what's wrong, what is your thoughts going, geez, could this be wrong? Could that be wrong? Do those thoughts seem to be high frequency thoughts? Or how about thoughts like, I am so excited. I can't wait until I am fill in the blank. I am in the most fantastic relationship with my daughter. I can't wait till I get a new opportunity with my work. I can't wait till I'm rich. I can't wait till I go on holidays. I can't wait until I wake up tomorrow. I can't wait till I step into my next moment. How about if I met every single moment of my life with my highest frequency, my highest vibration? Wouldn't I just always be creating the greatest opportunities and circumstances for me? That's right. If I met each moment with my greatest frequency, my highest vibration, then I'd create the greatest outcomes for me. My health would improve, my energy would improve. I'd be in spirit, I'd be in love, I'd be being with myself, I'd be loving myself, I'd be meeting each moment of my life with love. Right? How do I meet every single moment of my life with love? First thing I gotta do, I gotta lift up those low frequency energies. That emotional stuff, that emotional baggage, it's gotta come up, it's gotta be expressed, it's gotta be let go of. You know, when I was a kid, you know, you'd get into a fight and then you'd be playing again. You'd express the anger and then you'd get back to it. Now, when we get older, something goes wrong, relationship breakdown, got to shove that down, can't deal with it because I got to deal with the kids and I got to deal with work and I got to deal with the clients and I got to deal with my mom and dad and I got to do this and I got to do that. So adults suppress emotions. We got a lot of emotional stuff, trauma, past stuff that's suppressed. We got to lift it up. Okay? The magic of being human, the thing that separates humans from everything else on this planet is the power to choose. We've got a choice. We've got a choice in a way that we can choose to interact with our lives. The way that we give is what's going to come back to us. The way that we choose to meet the next moment is how we're going to create the following one after that. It's all choice. Now, the magic of being human is the magic of transmutation. The human is a high energy being that has energy centers all up the spine. Starting low, the root chakra, the lowest energy, the root energy, the entrance of our sexual energy, the kundalini, the chi, the giant within, the collective unconscious. What do you want to call it? Okay, that energy that comes in at the source, at the root, the all, the spirit, our passion, our true joy, our love, our sexual energy. It comes in down here and we can lift it up. We can lift it up. We can express it here if we want. We can express it here if we want, right? This is how we can express our love just right here in the root chakra, or we can learn to pick that energy up. That's transmutation. Lift it up to the higher energy centers. We can express it at the heart. We can express it at the throat. We can express it at the eye, or we can express it out the crown of our head. We can learn how to lift up our energies, transmute or rise up the frequency of energies in our life. We don't have to sit in sorrow and think about what's wrong or what's wrong with me or what happened, or, you know, these kind of thoughts are low frequency mind. Low frequency thoughts create low frequency emotions. And when I'm thinking low energy, low frequency thoughts, I create low energy emotions, and then my body recreates low energy, low vibration, physical dense cells. And if I eat low frequency, low vibration, dense foods, I create more low frequency, low vibration cells, and I create just in this part of me. And I don't incorporate the highest energies. The highest energies would be now to take my mind, my thought up to the highest frequency. What things make me most excited and stimulated, that raise up my frequency the most? Thoughts of who I want to be, thoughts of what I want to be, thoughts of how I want my relationship, thoughts of the things that I'm most grateful for, thoughts of the things that I love. What do I love the most? What are the things I love the most? What excites me the most? Can I think of a sexual interaction with my partner? Can you think of a sexual experience in your life that just brought you to that point of ecstasy? That point of ecstasy. That's like when you're like loving your life. You're loving your life, your sexual energy, full expression. It's a thought. First, it's a thought to get you there. But then to step into spirit. The spirit, what is spirit? We are made in the image of God. It means that we've got a piece of godliness within us. The spirit is the piece of godliness within us. It's the magic. It's the all. The spirit is a piece of the all. It's the highest frequency. It's love. How do you talk about God? How do you talk about the all? I like the all better than God. God is too masculine. It's not only masculine, it's two. It's duality in this realm. Masculine and feminine have to come together. The all. We are made in the image of the all. Part of us is high frequency ether like the all. Part of us is spirit. How do we get there? How do we talk about the all? How do you talk about the all? Think about it for a second. How would you talk about God? Infinite. We can't put infinite into words. You can't put God into a book. It's never going to fit in a book. God can't fit in a book. The God concept, the all concept, is beyond the mind. It's beyond thought and word. So you can't have all the thoughts and words to get into the spirit. What you can do is you can raise up your frequency of thought and word. You can think and talk about the things you love the most, the things that make you most grateful. What you focus on grows. Think and talk about the things that you love the most. That brings you to your highest frequency of mind. But then to jump into the spirit from the highest frequency mind, you have to let go of thought and word. Mind can only take you up as high in frequency as your most loving, intimate thought. And then you've got to let go of thought and be into the lowest frequency spirit. And then rise all the way up to the very highest frequency spirit. All of that happens without thought. That happens within the spirit. It's kind of like you got to think your way there and then let go of thought. Poof, you're into the abyss, into the all. You're into the spirit. You're into the ether. You're into the magic. Okay, the magic of humankind is the power to choose. So it separates us from all of the other animals. We have the power to choose because we have the power to raise up our frequency. The magic is transmutation. It's human magic, the ability to lift up frequency and vibration of anything, even something that was sad or sorrowful that you're sorry about. You can think about it and go, you know what? As much as I'm sorry that that happened at that time in my life, I see the value of it now. And I can see how it formed me. And therefore, I embrace that in my past. I embrace it. I love it. I give it some love. Even the darkest bits of us can be brought to the light, can be expressed, can be freed, and can be lifted up. The magic is transmutation. The power is love. The power is within you. The power can be found in every single moment. You are frequency and vibration. Everything on this planet is frequency and vibration. And the law of karma is you get what you give. So what you put out into this planet, how you receive the next moment in your life is going to create the following one. Listen, it's the Melon Man. I've already talked way too much. I hope you have the patience to listen. Thanks, and have yourself a super wonderful day.